What's up everyone, how you all doing? Blue Nerd here and welcome back my friends to another 5 designs in Minecraft. The series where you guys get to pick something for me to build and give you tips, ideas and inspiration for building in Minecraft. Okay guys, so I got super inspired by this suggestion and today we are doubling up. So today we have got 10 nether tunnels and hallway designs. And this suggestion came in from Agent Kitty on my Discord. And if you guys haven't checked out Discord yet, be sure to check out the link below. We do a bunch of cool stuff on there guys. You can chat, do build competitions, share your builds and stuff like that, suggest videos. So be sure to check it out if you haven't done already. Now, with that being said guys, let's take a look at design number 1. Okay guys, so I tried to keep a lot of these designs very simple, so they should be easy to follow along if you want to build any of these in your world. So for this first design guys, I used some basic materials here. As you can see, we've got a spruce floor. We've used some dark oak for the main pillars, leaving a 3-block gap. And then we've literally just pillared across with stripped oak and stripped spruce wood. And I think it gives a really nice pattern. And then just behind the back at the bottom here, you can see we've put sideways some of the stripped spruce logs as well. And I think it looks really cool. I really like this design and the kind of feel that you get when you walk down there. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a nether tunnel design. You can use this as a hallway design as well. Now on the sides here, we also rotated these little shelves. So we got one on this side. Obviously we've missed this one here, but as you can see we've got it on that side. So it kind of, we go from one side to the next as we go down a hallway, just so that it doesn't look too busy and too cramped with too much of the same stuff. And I think it creates a really nice look. I really like the design with this one. It's simple, you know, but it looks nice. We got these little bits that stick out here with a log and then a dark oak stair on top. And the ceiling guys is my favorite. We've got the dark oak beams running all the way across, as you can see. We've added in some spruce fences and little bits like that just to add a little bit of detail, almost like little small branches sticking through the ceiling. And then we've just kind of gone side to side with the lights. So we've got lanterns hanging here. Then we come over this side, back to this side, back to this side. Again, just creating something that looks a little bit more natural in the ceiling rather than a straight line of lights. And I think this works really cool. I really like this design, and adding in those leaves just really make it look so nice in there, adding that bit of green and just a really nice bit of colour. So yeah, this design is pretty simple, and most of these designs are going to be fairly simple. We have a couple that are a little bit more sort of harder to build at the end. But yeah, this one here guys is very simple. Now with that being said, let's move on and take a look at design number 2. Okay guys, so for design number 2, I decided to go a little bit more of a cleaner look, and this one was inspired by the recent Japanese village that I started building, and I really love this design. We've gone with the stripped acacia logs, as you can see on the side here, as our main pillars. We've used the stripped birch wood as a sort of backing block, and we set it 1 block back. And again, like we did with the other one, I've made a beam across the bottom here with the stripped acacia log as well. And yeah, that gives us a nice bit of a frame. We've got the acacia fences on the sides, a little lantern in the middle to keep it nicely lit up in here, and we got them on both sides. Then we've also popped in some little flower pots, as you can see, and I've done the same thing again. I rotated them, so one here, one here, one here, so it sort of bounces back and forth, just so we don't have too many flowers going on. Then we got a little bit of a roof design here. I tried to incorporate a little bit of the dark prismarine, as you can see. I think it really goes well with the acacia wood. Something about it gives a really nice oriental sort of feel to it. Now, I've also gone ahead and placed 2 of the acacia trapdoors on the ceiling. An upside down stair with a little extended piece of log, so you kind of get a little bit more of a sort of groove around the top of the roof here. And yeah, I really like this one. For the floor here guys, I've gone very simple. So all we've done is we've basically done a checker pattern using the stripped oak log and the stripped acacia log. The stripped oak log is facing this way and the stripped acacia log is facing the opposite way. And I think it gives a really nice look. And then on the sides we got the birch slabs running down the sides here, just to kind of give a little bit more of a groove for walking down. And I gotta say guys, I really love this design. I think it looks really cool. And again, it's something different. I try to go for a different design for every hallway that we've done. And yeah, this is again is another one. I've really enjoyed this one. Now guys, with that being said, let's move on and take a look at design number 3. Okay guys, for this design I tried to go a little bit like a kind of Guardian Temple sort of style design, and I think it works really cool. To start off with the floor guys, we use dark prismarine blocks and stairs here. Now I'm not sure if you can really see the pattern, so basically we've placed down a sea lantern right there. On this side we face a stair into it. On the side here we face a stair into it, and then obviously this side we face a stair, and then this side we face a stair. Then to get this little extra groove on the top corner, I face a stair in this way at the very top above that one, and then another one in the side here, just to give that nice little bit of a longer groove on this side and then a shorter groove on the front here. And I just think it gives a really nice kind of pathway effect. Now this is set literally a repeating pattern guys, so the pattern covers the same part as like the wall does, okay? So the pattern is literally 5 blocks wide, and the 5th block here is the kind of divider between the two. Now once you got the floor pattern guys, I used a lot of the stone slabs here, and as you can see we made a little one sort of groove along the edge there just to finish up the sort of the pathway again like we did with the Japanese one. Then I went ahead and just made a very plain design on the wall here, but I felt like it worked pretty well. We got the dark prismarine and then some spruce, not some spruce, some birch fences on the sides here. And then just again a little groove around the ceiling there. And then above here I thought, why not add a little fish tank? So for the fish tank we got a bunch of fishes in there. There's basically a layer of glass going all the way down here. And then above it we've got a 1 block row of water filled with fishes in it, and then we've just got some sea lanterns in sections of 3 running all the way across, and then we divide it with some stone slabs, and then same thing just repeated all the way down. And I really like this one guys. It's very simple, but I think this would be really cool if you've got like a guardian farm, or maybe your base is a guardian inside a guardian temple that you've drained. And having something like this leading up to your own nether portal would be really cool. Or if you've done it on the inside of the nether tunnel, so once you go through to the nether, this could be the lead up to your base. I think it would work really cool. But that's about it for this one guys. This is a very simple design, nothing too much here. So let's move on to design number 4. Okay, for this one I decided to go with my favourite build style, which was medieval. So let's start with the floor again guys. So for the flooring down here we've got the dark oak and spruce stripped logs, and basically we've just made a checkers pattern out of them, facing them both down this way. And I don't know, there's something about this design looks really cool. I really like the kind of checker pattern of it. It's certainly different to my usual floors. I never normally build floors like this, but I really do like the design. Now for the walls guys, this was actually pretty simple. We've got our dark oak logs that make our beam going all the way around. In the ceiling we've got the stripped spruce log on one side, then the other side, and then a log which is 1 block further down in the center. Okay, as you can see the log comes down a little bit. We've got the lantern in the center. For the top of the wall there we've got an upside down stone brick stair this side, then one at each other side as you can see. And then down the bottom here we got a stone brick at the back on the 2 sides with 2 stairs on the sides of it, 1 in the center here. And then for where we got our pillars we've got the cobblestone wall and some spruce fences. And that really kind of just finishes off the pattern, and we've just basically repeated it all the way down. Now I really like this design. I think this would be really cool again either in the nether leading up to your base if you have something like a castle or a medieval village. Or, you know, even vice versa, inside your castle or your medieval village, leading up to your nether portal to go into the nether. But I really love this design, guys. This is one of my favourite designs, purely because I'm a huge fan of the medieval build style. But yeah, it's pretty simple, but I think it works really nicely. Like I said, most of these designs are going to be nice and simple so that they're easy enough for you guys to follow along and build them in your own worlds. Now, with that being said, guys, let's take a look at design number 5. Okay, guys, here again we have a similar kind of style, but this one is trying to take it more into the desert style theme. So for this one here, as you can see, again, we got a nice simplistic kind of design. We have the spruce planks for the flooring, and I do love the spruce planks. I think they are great for the flooring in most cases. Now, as for the sides are pretty simple here. We've got some smooth sandstone blocks at each side here, and then 3 upside down stairs in the center, which is just at the front. We've got the cut sandstone behind, which makes our pillars all the way around, and then a backing wall, which is one block further, of the stripped spruce wood. And then we've got these little water bits in here with some sea lanterns at the bottom to give us a bit of light. And again, guys, I really like this design. It's simple, but it works really well. Now, for a little bit more decoration, we added some of the spruce fence gates, some spruce fences into the ceiling with some lanterns on it. Then we've used the sandstone wall with some spruce fences and a sandstone wall at the bottom. And that is pretty much it. For the ceiling, we've got the stripped oak wood running all the way down in a straight line like that. And then we've got the pillars just above each of our cut sandstone pillars here. Right on top of it, we're facing out a stripped spruce wood log pillar. And again, the colours all blend nicely. We've got the creamish colour from the sandstone and then the brown colour from the spruce, and it works so nicely. Again, I've added in a few flower pots with some cactus. Again, trying to go with a desert theme using the cactus. And again, I think this works really well. I think one of the things to do when you're trying to build like tunnels or just small decorations and stuff, it's nice to kind of add something that relates to the theme that you're building. Like I said, we're building in a desert theme here, so obviously we're using our blocks from the desert and stuff, but just like a little hint of something, like here we're using the cactus, you know, just to point out the desert theme. Little things like this just kind of add a really nice sort of little touch to any style of decoration and building. But yeah, it works really well. At the top, guys, don't forget to add in a couple of spruce fences with some lanterns on top as well for a bit of detail, and then they really finish off all the sections. Probably quite a lot of lights in here, but I think it looks okay. I think it looks good. Even though there's a lot of lights, it doesn't seem to overpower everything and doesn't make it look too overly focused on just the lanterns. So yeah, guys, I think that's about it for this design. So with that being said, let's take a look at design number 6. Okay, guys, now this one went totally different to what I expected and totally different to what I planned. I kind of got inspired and started switching things up with building this one, but I came up with a little bit of a kind of an end sort of theme here, but we used quartz rather than using the end stone, and kind of got this really kind of modern looking feel, and I really like the way this one's turned out. As you can see when you come down here, I don't know, it just feels really nice. I really love this one. Now for this one, guys, we use a lot of the quartz. So if you're playing in this survival and planning on building this, you're going to need a bunch of quartz first of all. So for the floor design, let's start with the floor first. So here, guys, we've got 2 layers of glass. We've got the magenta and then, no, sorry, the purple and then the magenta underneath. And then underneath that, I've placed in some purple and magenta concrete powder just to create a little bit of a patchwork, and it just creates a little bit of a sort of, you can see the colours just about, but it almost kind of just fades and gives a really nice feel as you're walking down the hallway here. Kind of very modern feeling, you know, it feels very sort of modern. Now for the wall designs, guys, again, although we've used the quartz here, guys, I kept it very simple. So we've got some smooth quartz for the pillars at the sides here. Now, guys, all of the pillars, in case you're wondering how high these go, these pillars are 6 blocks in total, and where the beam crosses at the very top here, that is the 6th block, okay? So that is number 6. So the pillars are really 5 block high with 1 on top for the cross beam here, okay? Just in case you want to build at exactly the same size as that I am. So we've got our 2 pillars at the side with our smooth quartz. We've got some smooth quartz slabs across the bottom and then some quartz blocks underneath so that you can see the white through the glass. We left a slab gap and then put a half slab on here and this side, and then put 1 above on the next piece here just to create that little bit of shape, and then basically reversed it for the top. We also placed in some quartz stairs and we placed them upside down at the top there, and then inside that gap there we sunk the ceiling in and then added 3 quartz stairs there with the purple concrete on the top, just to create a sort of theme with the purple, the end purple blocks. And I think it works really well, guys. I really love this design, And then just for a little bit of light, I've added the lanterns on the little pillars through the center here. It works really well. You could even go ahead and use some end rods. You could even place the end rods maybe against a wall somewhere. But yeah, overall guys, I really like this one, and I think it works out so well for this area. And again, you know, it feels fairly modern. This doesn't feel like it's, you know, like an old style medieval build or anything like that. It feels very new, very fresh and very clean. And I like it. I think it turned out really cool. So guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at design number 7. Okay guys, now I totally went different on this one, and I absolutely love this design. I'm a big fan of greenery in any build, and I think it looks even better when you have it in hallways like this. It just looks so cool. So for this one guys, we've gone with the acacia logs at the sides here. And for this one, I left a bigger gap here. So rather than having a 3-block gap, we've got a 7-block gap, I believe. 7-block gap. So we've got a 7-block gap. Then in between at the very top, we've added some cross beams, as you can see, all the way down, and then one pillar all the way through the center. And that's pretty much it for all of the pillars. For the walls here, guys, just simple. I put in some stone bricks, some cobblestone and stone, just like a kind of a bit of a medieval style wall at the back. Kept it just simple for the backing wall, and again that's set 1 block back from the pillars. And then we've got 2 blocks of grass running in that groove all the way down here. And then we've just surrounded it with our spruce stairs and curved it all the way around the grass patch like this. Then of course guys, I've gone ahead, added in some leaves, some flowers, some tall grass and some lilacs and stuff like that, just to make it really decorative down the sides here. We also put leaves in all of the gaps on the roof, and then dangled down some of the leaves as well to make it look a little bit sort of almost like vines coming down. And I've tried to make it look different on each side so that it doesn't look like it's natural, so that it looks more natural. And yeah, I think it looks really cool. I also went ahead and added in a few little fences and some stone buttons just to make it look like a little bit more detail, and then a little flower pot with some flowers in it. Again, just adding some finer details. On the ceiling as well, I added in some spruce fences, as you can see, and then we added in a few lanterns, again doing what we've done before where we crossed them from one side to the next. I really like this design where we go from one side to the next all the way down. I think it works really cool. And it gives us a nice bit of light in here as well. But I've got to say guys, I think this is actually one of my favourite Nether tunnel designs that I've done. I really like it. And then for the floor here guys, at the end here I've used the smooth stone block. And then we've got the smooth stone block going all the way through the centre here. And then some stone blocks down the side. And of course our designs on each side are replicated, but just slightly changed up with the leaves and sort of flower placement to make it look a little bit more natural. But again guys, this is a very simple design, but I think things like this just look so effective. I really love the way that we can bring in a bit of colour and a little bit of sort of the outside to the indoors. I just think it just works so well. So that's about it for this design guys. Let's take a look at design number 8. Okay guys, now this one is totally different to the rest. I was kind of going for a bit of a futuristic style and sort of thought about an idea where maybe you could use this as a tunnel for flying through with your elytra. So you could fly through this tunnel with your elytra, and we can kind of get this really strange curve. Now the longer this tunnel goes on, the more sort of dazzling it's going to become as it goes on, because what we've done is we've got the sea lanterns, and what we've done is we've placed one apart and one over, so it constantly curls around the entire room. And I think it looks really cool. I really like the kind of idea. The main walls at the back here is done with a black concrete. And I've done that to keep it nice and dark in here, just so that you would see more of the lights. And then here, this is just the light blue concrete that I've used to kind of put on each side of the light. That's basically all it is. It's just on each side of the light going all the way down and just join up to the other side. Now guys, there isn't much to really say other than that for this one. It's a really simple design, but I think this could be so effective for maybe even if you made it a little bit bigger, made it a bit more rounder, a bit bigger, and you could make a kind of like an elytra course, you know, where you got to fly from one end to the other, and try not to hit any walls or anything on the way down. Maybe do like a time of how long it takes you to get from one end to the other. But I think you could make a really cool tunnel to fly through. I think it would be awesome. But that's about it for this design, guys. I think there's not really much more we can say about this one. So let's take a look at design number 9. Okay guys, and of course, what would Nether tunnels be without a tunnel with some blocks from the Nether? So for this tunnel, guys, I decided to go with all blocks from the Nether. So we've used everything we can kind of gather up and get in the Nether. Starting with the Nether bricks. Now for this texture pack, guys, the Nether bricks are black and they will be a bit more purple in the original texture pack, but it should look very close in style to this as well. Okay, it won't look majorly different. It's just going to be the color variation that's going to look a little bit different. So we've gone with the Nether bricks, and for the ground, to start with the ground, we put a 2 block high pillar in the center, as you can see, with the Nether bricks all the way down the side here. On the bottom layer at each side, we've added lava, okay, all the way down, and then we've covered it with black glass. We've also made a little groove that heads into the center of each section of wall, okay? Leads right into the middle of each section. And I think it looks really cool. I really love the look of this floor. I think it would look really awesome to do in the actual Nether tunnel. And I think something like this will be something that I will definitely do in the future in my survival world. Now guys, we also have the red Nether bricks at the side here. So for a little bit of detail around the sides, we've used the red Nether bricks and just to create a little bit of a flooring. Not really too much, just a little bit around the edges, and you can see through the glass and see the red Nether bricks there as well, which I think look really cool. Now for each wall section, again, this is fairly simple, guys. We've got, first of all, our Nether brick pillars. Again, they're 6 blocks high, and then we got the pillar across the ceiling. Now after we've done that, we've gone ahead, we put in a 4 Nether brick block on each side here, with some soul sand and some Nether wall in front. At the back, we've made sure the lava pit goes all the way to the back and sinks into that back wall. And then we've got some lava coming down at the back here. So it's just the lava bucket is placed just behind the wall at the back there. And then we've got iron bars in front to stop it from coming through and stop us from hurting ourselves, of course. Now, with that being said as well, guys, we went ahead and on top of those 4 blocks at the side there, we've put some Nether brick fences. And then for the bottom down here, we've got a stair facing that way, a stair facing that way, and then an upside down one in the middle. Nice and simple. Then at the top here, above the Nether brick fences, we've got 2 upside down Nether brick stairs, a slab in the center. Then we've got an upside down stair in the middle at the top, which leads up to the ceiling, which is made up with the Nether rack. We've got an upside down stair at the top of each pillar, with just 1 Nether fence sticking down for a little bit of detail on the side here, and I think it looks pretty cool. Then for the ceiling, guys, I've put a glowstone right in the center, and then put a stair upside down sort of facing in towards the glowstone, and then 1 at the side facing that way and 1 in the middle at the side facing that way, to create a sort of kind of a cross section on the lights here. And I think they look really cool. I like the way that it looks here. And I love this tunnel. There's just something about the glow and that in this tunnel. It just feels very dark and kind of evil. And I don't know. I love it. I think it looks so cool. But yeah, guys, that is about it for this design. There isn't nothing overly too much about this one. It's a lot more simple to build than it looks. Although the resources can take a while to gather up. I mean, you're going to need a bunch of netherrack, some red nether, a bunch of netherrack, some nether bricks, red nether bricks, nether brick fences, a few iron bars, a little bit of nether wall and some soul sand, some glowstone, and then just your nether brick stairs and slabs, and then I think that is about it, guys. Oh, and then some black glass. The glass across the top here is the black glass, and I'm using the clear glass, guys. I've made a clear glass so that we can see all the way through, and it really does add such a nice feel as you come down this hallway here. Anyway, guys, that's about it for design number 9. Let's take a look at design number 10, which is our final design, and last but not least, it's my favorite. Okay, guys, for this one, I wanted to kind of bring a little bit of the swamp feel onto the inside. And check it out, guys. This one turned out so cool. I love the way this one feels as we walk down it. And I'll kind of walk through my ideas for this one in just a second. But let's just walk up and down in here and kind of take a look at all of the stuff going on here. There's quite a bit going on in this one. But this was a simple design, really. But I think it looks so amazing. I really do love the way this one's turned out. So, let's start with the floor. Of course, guys, you can see we decided to go ahead and use a grass path. Nice and simple, nothing too crazy here. And then little bits of cool dirt around the edge to create a little bit of a jagged and roughed up path. Now, as we get to this end, I wanted to make it look like as you're coming down the pathway here, almost like the Nether is coming from the Nether portal into the real world. So we started making some of the Nether rack and some of the magma blocks on the floor here, just to bring it sort of out into the sort of world here. And then we've also added in some soul sand and Nether wall as well, just in places here and there, just to kind of make it look like it's kind of coming through from the evil side of the Nether or something. Thought it was really cool. Down this end, around the actual the Nether portal itself, I went ahead and put in a kind of a framing. So we've used the Nether bricks, and I've done two corner pieces like this, leaving a gap in this corner. We've got the Nether brick fence, Nether brick wall, and some Nether brick fences on top, and the same over on this side. Now I place this to make it look like it is coming out of the Nether, guys. So if we come over here, you can see I start bringing it over into the dark oak. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, as you can see, we've got a Nether brick just under there on that side. And then round this side again, we just dotted it in. So it almost looks like it's just coming in, but it's not completely taken over. Now, once we've done that, guys, I went ahead and I started putting in some pillars. So every 3 blocks, again, we've got some pillars with the dark oak. And then what I've done is I just made some bits that just hung over the edge. And I didn't make them... I was basically trying to make tree branches. But what I wanted to do is make them just look random, like they were coming down. So we've got this branch here, as you can see, the logs coming down. That one over there, which goes off to the side there. And another one over the back here that kind of comes down. And then we just surrounded it with some oak leaves and just blended some oak leaves around all of the edging of the roof there. And then once I was done, I went ahead and I filled the ceiling in with some cobblestone. And then just threw in some spruce fences and stuff like that, just to add in some fine details into the ceiling to look like kind of like twigs or branches just sticking down. And then of course we added in some lanterns to get some light in here. And that was pretty much it for the roof. For the backing walls at the side here, you can see we're using spruce planks. And I did go ahead and dot in some vines on some of them, just to make it look like it's kind of just blending into the environment a little bit better. And just, yeah, bring some more of that green in. For the sides here, I tried to make it look a bit like a path like I did in the swamp. So we've got our mushrooms, which is our birch fence, and our red mushroom blocks. We've got the Nether wall and soul sand. We've got some of the blue orchids, some tall grass, some normal grass, white tulips, and some cobblestone here to look a little bit like a few rocks or a little rock pile. And we kind of randomized them up, even done a brown mushroom as well. And guys, I just love the feel that I get when I walk in this tunnel. It just feels so natural and organic that, I don't know, it just feels very inviting. I really like this one, and I think out of all these designs, this is probably one of my favorite. Let me know in the comments, guys, what is your favorite tunnel that we've done today, because there's quite a few choices here, and I really like a few of them, but this one is definitely my favorite. Now, like I said, guys, I wanted to keep these fairly simple. So if you would like to see some more advanced style Nether tunnels, I would be happy to do that. Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Or if you have another idea or something you'd like me to do 5 designs for, let me know in the comments as well. But guys, like I said, I was so inspired with this one. We did up this one to 10, but normally it will be just 5. So let me know, guys, what do you want to see me build next with our 5 designs. But guys, we're going to wrap it up just there. So as always, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Just don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. But for now, this is Blue Nerd signing out, and I will catch you guys in the next one.